WWE Unreal Review Episode 1. So I think we're going to keep it to one a week where we review the episode. So this week is going to be number 1, and we're going to talk about if we liked it or not. We're going to have a little free-form discussion. And Dave enjoyed it, but hasn't watched past 1 yet, which makes sense. I haven't either. I turned it off after number 1.
Yeah,
And we're going to be watching more this weekend. So then next week, we're going to, on next so I think we're gonna say it here. We're gonna commit to it. We're gonna do the Thursday Sunday schedule.
that sounds good. Yeah, everybody can expect that we'll be doing like a Raw Dynamite Thursday and then a SmackDown Collision Sunday, like we've been doing. If there's a Sunday pay-per-view and it's noteworthy enough to talk about, maybe we'll crank out a special Monday, just talking about that pay-per-view. But more than likely, we'll just save it for the Thursday episode if it's not like a breaking the world fucking event.
But so we'll try to get this out then episode 2 next Thursday. Or
Right.
not. We'll see how we want to do it. But you guys can expect
Yeah.
us to keep going over all this. But I liked it. I turned it on, and Core was like, "What are you turning that on for?" I heard a lot of people say they didn't like it, and it's like people say a lot of shit. But I usually like these things. This isn't the first time they've done something exactly like this. I remember AEW did a show like this, if you remember. I forget what it was called, but it was like a reality AEW thing. It didn't have Tony Khan, but it had like the wrestlers. But anyways,
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. I think wasn't it on YouTube or something?
no, it was on right after the AEW on TNT at the time.
Oh,
But
okay.
anyways, I enjoyed this. It was cool. They really highlighted Rhea Ripley. They had Triple H really breaking down the business to everybody. They showed the producers. They explained the way that they kind of structure the matches and the show, and they explain gorilla position, and they're breaking down the terms to people. I'm sure they're going to be doing that during this whole thing. But uh, I I thought it was really cool. They went over Cody because this is all right around WrestleMania and stuff. So they were talking about Cena's heel turn, and it hasn't happened on the show yet. And Cody, they were talking about how like Cody was the top guy and what that means, and they went into his house and showed
Yeah.
his daughter, and Bruce Pritchard did some stuff with one of the producers during the Punk match, trying to
Chris
rush
Park.
Seth Rollins, and it's just it was some really good stuff. Seems like everybody gets real handsy with Rhea Ripley. They're all hugging her a lot. Um, but
Bruce Pritchard kind of came off as like he was being a dick to Chris Park a little bit there, and it's like,
you
dude,
like
he
William Regal?
produced a great fucking
Yeah.
match. Yeah,
You,
and then Regal's like, oh no, you did great. And he's putting him over.
yeah, he's like, is he mad at me? He's like, no. He's like, I don't want you to beat yourself up over this. If William Regal came up and told me that, I would like every weight would be lifted off my shoulder. I'd be like, great, I did a
Right.
fucking awesome job.
And for those that don't know who Chris Park is, he used to be Abyss in
Mm-hmm.
TNA back in the day. So I mean, he's been around wrestling for a long time. He knows what he's doing, but he seemed like he was pretty scared of Bruce Pritchard, man, and
He's been
he would
around a
beat the
while.
fuck out of Bruce
I,
Pritchard.
I just
But
like
yeah,
I just like Michael P.S. Hayes. I think he's the longest running employee in that company right now.
Freebird, let's go.
Well, he's just been back there doing that shit forever, man. He's just like a constant. And you like how they were doing they showed the creative meetings and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it
I'm
was pretty
looking.
cool to see all that. And one of the other things I liked about this was, obviously Brandon watched it. By the way, shout out to Brandon. Tomorrow's his birthday. Happy birthday, Brandon. Uh, Enjoy that last year of 30 or 30s. I'm sorry, he can be 39. And but he was coming in this morning in Discord and he was talking to me about like gorilla position and just all these different terms that he learned. And I'm like,
He
oh
didn't know
man,
those.
no,
That's
like so
amazing,
this is
man. He's it's like a virgin type deal.
yeah, it's really cool to see somebody learn this stuff in real time, and it's like being taught to them by the company as opposed to us explaining it to them. Or I don't know, I think that there's potential if non-wrestling fans give this show a shot, that it could really help grow the brand, which I know sounds crazy for how big that they already are, but you could pick up a lot of people if they were willing
Yeah.
to give Unreal a shot and see what this is really about. Gives you a better picture about what wrestling is about. It obviously, one of the things I noticed when I watched it is it does feel like there's a little bit of an element of to it, and obviously it's a television
Element
program.
of what?
Like some of it is a work. Like,
Oh,
we're not
absolutely.
necessarily,
The cameras are in a position for a reason. There's so much going on that there would never be.
but it doesn't come off as like super phony or anything. It just, some what, take it in with a grain of salt. Some of it feels like it might be worked, like me and TJ just said, but overall, very entertaining, and that's pretty much all I got on it.
When they come from the match to Gorilla, I mean that's what's happening. That's how it goes down. So I mean I don't know how much more they could really script to that. That's of course well, but you're going to say something anyway, so we're just going to record it.
Yeah,
It's yeah, I enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to episode 2. And overall, I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy this whole thing. But
yeah, really good job.
yeah,